Okay, going live. Okay, I think we are live. So hi everyone, welcome on Sanjay Gupta Tech School. So I am Sanjay, and as you already know, like we are running a bootcamp that is based on AI and ML with Python, and I have Nikita with me. So welcome Nikita on the channel.
Thank you.
So as you can see, we are having total 6 modules that we are going to run as a part of this module. Okay, so currently in the initial phase, we are running Python fundamental sessions, so that you know, like what all things we need to learn before we deep dive into the complex concepts, right? So in last 2 sessions, she discussed about the operators, and in today's session also, will you will be learning about some operators or data types, right? So I think this will like create your base first so that you can move forward. And if you go to the next slide, so we are saying like okay, so before I say something, so if you are really liking the bootcamp sessions, so please hit the like button so that it will boost our confidence, and you can show some gratitude. Okay, so moving on to the next slide. Okay, so like initial sessions will be based on Python, and Python is a prerequisite for AI. So if you want to learn or build some complex implementation in AI and ML, so you just need to learn the basics of Python. So why I am iterating this again and again, because I just want you to focus on each and every session so that you can learn Python in detail. And whenever we'll be learning about the complex things, you will be able to understand those things as well, because you will be covering the basic part. Okay, so I think now we can move on to the session. So what we are going to learn today, over to you.
So we left off at the last type of operators that we had to discuss. Those were bitwise operators. So this was a slightly longer set of operators. So I thought that we have to take it in a glance. So that's why I just had to do it on the other day so that we can focus it in a very like descriptive manner. So that's what we are here for. Hey everyone, I am Nikita, and today we are going to continue from where we left. That is bitwise operators. And we are reading each and every comment because one of the comment was there that you have to describe and put it into a manner like the short things into a slide, and then you can do the program. So that's what our target was. So now you can see that we have put in over here this descriptive sort of a thing where I am going to tell you that what exactly the operator is going to do. The first sort of operator that you're going to see is the AND operator. It's called the bitwise and it is represented by this AND symbol. Now, what do we mean by that? So we did sort of these operators like and or over there in the previous session, but what is new in this one? So you should know that bitwise operators would operate on the bits. They're going to operate on the bit level. Okay, that means that when you know that binary calculation is done, so when we do binary calculation, we only take help of zeros and the ones. Okay, in the decimal calculation, the decimal number system, we have 0 to 9 as the number that we use. Right, in hexadecimal, we still have another longer list of numbers and the things that we can use, alphas that we can use. But right now for this one, we will only use zeros and ones. And for that, we are going to study the bitwise operators. So you will gradually see that what exactly and how exactly do we perform the operations. So I'll just give you the whole view of this one. So AND operator, bitwise AND is going to generate an output of 1 when both the operands are 1 only. So another thing is that we had studied the and now we are also studying the AND. So what is the difference between those ANDs? The difference is that output is going to be 1 or 0 in this case. In the previous case, it was true or false. But for this one, it is going to be 1 or 0. So AND operator will generate a 1 only when the operands are 1. Otherwise, for every other case, it is going to generate a 0. The OR operator, that is the bitwise OR, is going to generate a 1 even when single operator is 1 or single operand is 1. And when both of them are 1, certainly it is going to generate a 1 only. And when both of them are 0, it is going to generate a 0. And one of them should be 1 in order to get the 1 as the output. Okay, so output is going to be different from that sort of operator that we had already discussed. And then we have the XOR, that is bitwise XOR operator. It results 1 if any of the operand bits are 1 and not both. Now here you need to keep in mind that whenever two operands are same, in that case XOR is going to give you a 0. Okay, and if two operands are different, in that case XOR is going to give you a 1. That's the thing that you have to keep in mind. So now let's see the program. But before that, I'll also tell you the truth table for this one, because here you need to realize the truth table. So already people who are in the digital communication, they are doing this DC in the digital electronics in the colleges and all. They would know the truth table. But what if the people are not from that background? So for them, we need to realize this truth table. So in this one, I have taken the two operands A and B, wherein we have got 0, 0 for both of them. So in that case, the AND operator will give you a 0 only. But the OR operator, you can see that is also going to give you a 0. And the XOR operator, that I told you that whenever two inputs are same, then it is going to give you the 0 output. Okay, so that's why we have got a 0 for the XOR operator as well. Now, if you have A and B as 0 and 1, two inputs are given, one is 0, one is 1. The AND operator is going to give you a 0 again, because both should be 1 in order to get a 1 from the AND operator. But even if a single operand is 1, the OR operator would still give you a 1, right? And the XOR is also going to give you a 1, because it needs two different operators. If two different operands are there, then XOR is going to give you a 1. Similarly, 1, 0 pe, again XOR is going to give you a 1. OR is also going to give you a 1, but AND is going to give you a 0. Finally, when both the operands are 1, then AND is going to give you a 1, OR is also going to give you a 1, but XOR is going to give you a 0. That is the difference in the output that you're going to see over here. Okay, so let us apply that into the program and then finally execute it on the pie chart. So you can see over here, the bitwise operators. You should know that for 16, what is the bit? So you should know the 1, 2, 4, 8, 16 sort of, description, where we need to, how do you find out exactly what is the binary format of a single number? Like for 1, it is 0, 0, 1. For 2, it is going to be 0, 1, 0. So that's the thing that you should know, by chance, for the knowledge. Otherwise, it is going to anyway display everything. The program that I'm going to write is going to display the binary type also. So that's what you're going to see. So I have A as 16, B as 18. And if I'm going to print the bin, bin, it's a predefined function. So here you will get if you will plug in the A, that is going to be the input for the bin, then you will get the output as the binary format of A. Similarly, if you want to know the binary format of B, you will have to put into the bin function. So I'm going to perform this for you, and then you will realize. Now let's go and try this on the pie chart, the bitwise operator. So here, let's take, I am taking a value, let's say I'm taking A is equal to 12. Okay, then B is equals to maybe 14. Okay, and if I have to realize the
just
binary format, like what is the binary?
Increase the font size.
Sorry
to interrupt. Increase the font size so that it will be visible. Yeah.
Now print the binary format, so bin and then 12. So the binary number or binary format for 12 we will see over here. So I'll just play it, and now you can see that here. So you have to eliminate the 0b, you just have to take care of 1, 1, 0, 0. So as I told you, 1, 2, 4, 8, we go from right to left, 1, 2, 4, and 8. So for 12, we need a 4 and 8. 8 plus 4 is 12. You know that 1, 1, 0, 0 is the correct binary format for 12. Right? So even if you want, I can like really describe it in a manner where I will show you how exactly it is done. So if you can see, we write 1 over here, then we write 2, then we write 4, and then we write 8. These are all the powers of 2, guys. And then we write 16. Okay, and you can write even more. Now for this, since I want 12, so in the place of 1, it will be just 0. In the place of 2 also, it will be 0. Then in the place of 4, we would do a 1. Right? And then for 8 also, I'll write a 1 because 8 plus 4 is 12, and that is why this is going to be the binary description or binary format for the 12. This is how you do it. Okay? And if you have to write really long numbers, you will have to include 16 also and then 32 also. So this is how it is going to go ahead. Right? I hope this makes sense to you in case you are very new to the binary conversions of the numbers. All right. The next is print bin 14. So the binary of 14. Now I would suggest you to try this out on your own and tell me what is going to be the binary of the 14. And then probably we will print it out in a minute or maybe like 10 seconds I'll take, and you will also, you can just write down the binary for 14. I'll also try and we'll see if I'm going to go right. So like, let's say I've got 1 and then I've got 2, then we've got 4, then we've got 8, and then we've got 16. 16 is not going to matter as of now over here. So we want a 14 over here. So how do I get a 14? So with 8 and 4, if I add 2, I can get a 14, right? So let's say I'm going to write 1 in place of 8, then 1 in the place of 4, and then again 1 in the place of 2, and then probably 0. Will it make a 14? So 8 plus 4 is 12, 12 plus 2 is 14. I think for me it makes sense. So let's check it out. What is the binary number for 14? Well, you can see it over here. Right? You have it. So now for any number, if you want the binary conversion, this is a program that you will have to just use. Okay. And now let's do the bitwise. So let's go to that thing again and I'll tell you. Yeah. Now print A and B. A and B means it is going to perform the function on every bit of A and B. So A is going to be written, B is going to be written, and every bit of A and B is to be taken into consideration if A and B. So the first bit of both of them are 1, then it is going to have the output as 1. If any other case is there, it is going to have an output of 0. Okay, and this will generate another number, and that is going to be the final output, and we will realize what is the binary of that particular number. Okay, so let's check that out. So I'll have to write A and B just to realize that what number does it generate upon doing the AND bitwise AND of 16 and 18, or for me, it is going to be 12 and 14. And then I will realize the binary format for that same number. So let's see how does it go. Okay, so print A and B. So for printing the A and B, let's first just print this out and we'll see what is the output. So we got 12 upon doing the AND. We got 12 and we know what is going to be the 12 binary. So we'll just print that out. So I'm going to print it for you. So comma, bin of A and B. That's it. And we will get the binary format of 12 with it. which is the same as the above one. So this is going absolutely correct. Then print or, so A or
So
B.
here what was happening, it was like applying 0 0 0 1 1 1. So wherever it is 1 1, so it is taking those, and wherever it is 0, because we are using AND, so that's why it is 1
Yes.
1 0 0.
Okay. So we'll do the OR, and you also can try the OR. You try to do the ORs for this. So 1 and 1 will generate a 1. Again, 1 1 is going to be 1. 0 1 is also going to be 1. And then 0 0 is just 0. So we are going to get the output of 1 1 1 0. Let's see. Then A or B, and then let's execute this one. 14. It was simple. And then finally, print XOR. So A XOR. Now you can try the XOR by yourself and then tell me the answers. So before I do it, you can try and do the final run. So we got a 2. Because on every same, we got a 0. That doesn't make any sense. No difference. And then we have 0 1 for every different digits or operand. We got a 1. So we got 1. And then again for 0 0, we got a 0. So that's why we've got a 1 0. I hope this should be very clear to you people.
Yeah, I think this is clear.
Okay. Let's move on then. On to the next one. We'll go on to the data types in Python now. So if you have ever done the data types in any other language, you should know that data types are those, the way that we actually want the numbers in, right? And the way we want the inputs in. So that's what we tell before the variable that, okay, this is the data type we are looking for, and this is something that we should, accept. So the acceptance of a value depends on the data type that you specify before the variable. Correct. So now in case of text data type over here in Python, we know, and I have told you many a number of times, that we do not have to specify a data type in Python. So the text type of data type is str, that is string data type, but you should know exactly what data types do we have. When we have numeric types, we have int, float, complex types. Sequence types where we have list, tuple, range, right? And then dictionary and set. Today, what are we going to look at? We are going to look at the string. We are going to look at the int, float, complex. We are going to look at the list and tuple. And a couple of things I've left for the next session because we have a stipulated time to discuss. That's why. Okay, so let's dive into the session. Now, first thing first is to understand what are mutable and unmutable data types. So mutable data types are those data types where changes are accepted. Okay, wherein in case I have written that, apple, banana, pineapple, sort of, there are 3-4 elements there in a list maybe, or in a, let's take list only. Okay, and if I have to improvise the list again and again, suppose I have to improvise that in place of pineapple, since they don't like pineapple, I have to change it with some other fruit. So I have to change it to some other fruit. For that reason, I need a mutable data type. I need to make changes. So I need a mutable data type. So that is where mutable comes in. In other cases where tuple and all are there, in those cases, we do not accept the changes. Once you have created that part, you cannot make any sort of changes into that particular data type and in any particular inputs, especially. So that is what we call immutable, which cannot be changed. And mutable means they can be changed. Okay, this is the difference in the mutable and immutable. So immutable data types are predefined, like integer, float, string, tuple. complex, and set, they're all immutable. And the ones which are mutable, they are list, dictionary, and byte array. List you will see today with me, and dictionary we will discuss because it is a glance topic, so we will take it in another session. Okay, so now let's go to see the first sort of data types, which are numerical data types. That's what we're going to first see. So you can see that I've taken a variable a, which has been assigned a value 7. And I am going to print this value. Now, printing a value a is just as simple as that. But now if I have to recognize the type, so we are going to use the type function over here. So type function, and then in that particular brackets, I'm going to pass this a variable in, and this is going to give me the data type of a. Type is the inbuilt function of Python. This is what you need to learn. Then you go on to B. B is equal to 2.5 I have taken. It's a floating point value. It's a decimal value, whatever you want to say. But the data type that you're going to use is float. So print B comma type B is going to give you the float data type. Okay, and then finally we have this. Now, if you are somebody who has taken 11th and 12th mathematics, you should know in complex numbers we used to have 2 iota, 3 iota. It used to be represented by the I in maths. But in Python, it is going to be represented by the variable j. That's the difference only. So 2 plus 3j is the imaginary number, and this is going to give you the complex data type. Okay, let's check it out on the screen on Python. So data types. So I'm going to write the numericals first. So let's say I have taken a variable in which I'm plugging 90. I'm going to put, okay, print a. Print a is going to just print a. We don't care because we have already taken this into consideration earlier. What we care is about the type of a. So type of a.
So again, if you can increase the font
Sorry.
size.
Is there no permanent increment of the font? I'll see to it if that's possible.
Yeah, I think that would be great.
Okay. So now I'm going to print the type of A also. So yeah, there you go. So you can see over here, 90 was the number, and the class that it belongs to is integer class, because integer is the sort of data type that we have. Next is any value I'm going to take. Let's say b is equals to 55.5, and I'm going to print it for you. Print b comma type b. So we will have float. Okay. So Python, understand whatever you are giving the value, you don't have to specify. It is automatic that the value is this. Like you put a decimal, they will understand it is going to be the float. Now, of course, because you are not going to put AB point C, never ever in life you're going to put that up, of course. So that is again something very serious case of non-acceptance in Python. So for that reason, that is out. But apart from that, any number and one decimal will account for the floating data type. So this is what floating data type would mean. Then we have C is equals to 88 plus a complex number. So we have to have an imaginary, so 5j, and let's print the C comma type of C. And there you go. See, we have got all the three numerical data types over here: int, float, and complex. Does it make sense? Okay, so this was about the type predefined function that realizes what kind of data type do we have for the inputs. Let's go to the presentation again to check what's coming next. Okay. Next, we're going to go to the string data type. Very, very important data type. So string is a collection of one or more characters put in a single, double, and triple quotes. Up till now, if you have been through any programming language, you would know that single and double quotes are pretty common. So you knew that a character is to be displayed. You use single quotes. Strings are to be displayed. That is a collection of characters and text. Then you can use double quotes and a little bit of changes, of course. But triple quotes came in for the first time in Python. Here you will realize that we are going to use a triple quotes. Triple quotes are used when you have to give a multi-line comment. Multi-line comment as in so multi-line comments are given when you have to write the whole paragraph and you do not have to miss out on any space in between. Okay, as many spaces are given, those many spaces are taken into consideration, and as it is, the paragraph is going to be displayed in front of you. That is how the triple quotes work in. And in case you want to represent multi-line strings, so you have to use a triple quote. Double quotes would also work, but in that case, spaces can be modified. But in the triple quotes, as and when you are going to give the paragraph spaces, then that is going to take into account. So we'll see how the strings would go. So here we have got string 1 is equals to hello world, and string 1, if I pass on in the print function, then we have hello world over here. Then we have type. What is the type of string 1? Of course, it is going to be string. So it is going to give you the string value. Now, over here, I've taken 3 quotes into consideration where, hey there, welcome to my tutorials. Now, if I'm going to put spaces over here, sorry. So if I'm going to put spaces in between, as many spaces I'm going to give to this part, you will see those many spaces will be there in the output also. Okay, the spaces wouldn't be modified by the interpreter by itself. Then finally you have string 3. Now here you can see that it's a number 1, 2, 3. But you should also know that this is in the single quotes. Anything mentioned in single quotes, be it numbers, be it floating point value, be it any character, any string, anything is there, it is going to be considered as a string only. And if you're going to print that particular string, it is going to give you the string plus the type of the string over here. So let's execute everything.
So one question in triple quotes, like if we provide some blank lines, so it will display those blank lines as well.
Yeah.
Okay,
Should be, let's try.
Yeah, maybe we can do practically.
Yes. So string 1 is equals to.
Yeah, a little bit zoom in.
Yeah, I'm doing that just. So hello world, and I'm going to print. This is just for the data type to know. So string 1 comma and okay, it is showing the error. Can you tell me why is it showing the error? Okay, both of you, I mean everybody, you can try. Why is it showing me the error?
Yeah guys, line number 2 is giving error, so if you can type the reason in the chat.
Yeah, anyone, that would be great. There's a reason why this error has shown up. And before writing the string again, I would like to know the answer.
Okay, maybe you can reveal, or I can guess, like S is small, so I think it is case sensitive, right?
Yeah, so this is not acceptable. We have to use the S only, and with the type, I will have to again use ST.
Yeah, there are 2 answers actually. Stream goes 20 seconds late to the viewer, so Shravnan
Okay.
and Virendra shared like character S is in small case, so they identified it correctly.
Right. So if I'm going to execute this program, I will get the hello world, and string is the data type.
Right.
Okay. Now, the next thing was to execute the triple quotes for you. So that's how this works. You see, I put 3 single quotes together and it automatically generated the 3 quotes all together. Okay. So 3 quotes, you will not find them on the keyboard. So these are 3 single quotes. Okay. So this, and I'm going to So suppose I'm going to give you the space. I'm giving it a space like this, okay? So I'm going to print it now. Print. Comma. Type. So string type is 2 and yeah. So I'll just execute this one. There you go. Can you see it? This is my channel and it has been given with so many spaces. You see, if I'm going to eradicate these spaces, now this run and you will see that the spaces are gone. You see this, the output one, right? It was printing as it is.
Okay, and what if we provide some blank lines
Blank
after?
line, so it
Yeah.
is, yeah, it's going to take it. Take blank line 1, blank line 2, okay? There you go. As it is. The blank spaces.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember
See?
in HTML also there is a pre-tag. I can relate it with that. So pre-tag prints the text on the browser in the same way the way we are typing. So
Right.
in Python we have triple quotes for that. Yeah.
Okay. Now you all will guess another thing. The output. So string I am taking 3 equals. And let me give the spaces. And I'm writing. Okay. Yeah. Will we have a output for this one? And so I'll take, yeah. Now tell me, will we have the output for this one?
So why you have mentioned capital A outside?
That's what I'm saying. Will we have the output for this one? It's just the output generation question. And I was thinking if we can just add something. So will we get an output for this one?
So in my opinion it will be considered as a variable and it is not
So A is
created.
also a variable over here. Like what is A?
It should
Will
be
we
a.
get it in the output
Okay.
or will we not get it in the output? That's my question.
But underline is there, so I think it is considered as an error.
Hmm. Unfortunately, this is showing you that this is the error.
Hmm.
But okay, yeah, of course, this is the error because we cannot give any character without the quotes.
Hmm.
That you should know, right? So, I mean, everybody should know that A written without the quotes will be considered as nothing. We can only give numbers without the quotes, but A without the quotes is nothing. You will only have the errors. So this is gone. Now, what is the output?
So it was considering that capital A as a variable, and we
No,
were
no,
not
nothing.
assigning.
A was not considered anything. This was the error. This wouldn't have given any output only.
Okay.
Yeah. And the variable over here is string 3. That is going to have the values that are going to be across the other side of the equals to. Yeah. So now what is the output for this one? Before I run the program, you all can tell me if you all are also running the programs. So since everything is into the single quotes, guys, okay, this is going to give you the exact answer, whatever is in the single quotes. Right? And if I run it, you will get the exact same thing. For example, if I give it like this, Again, for this reason, I'll tell you, this statement will have no output because there are two types of inputs given to the same variable. So no output for this one. If I have to correct it, I have to either remove the ABC. This is going to give you the output, and the output, the data type for this would be float. And if I have to not use the numbers, instead I have to use the characters. And if I have to write ABC, then this is going to give you the data type as string. Did you all understand that with the numbers, if you are giving a quote, it is considered as string only. So if you have to give it a 1, 2, 3, this is not a number over here anymore. It is a string value. So if I'm going to just print type of string 3, okay, so you will get the string only. Please check. Everything over here is string because everything is given into the quotes. Okay, that's it for knowing the types of the string. So let's move ahead. I just hope you understood everything. In case if there's any problem, you all can please ask before we move ahead. Okay, then we will go on to the list. The list is again the ordered sequence of items. This is how it looks. List 1 is equal to 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. You can give apple, banana, pineapple, capsicum, and tomatoes. These are all the list of the eatables that we have. Then we have lists are used to store multiple items in a single variable. Lists are one of the 4 built-in data types in Python used to store collections of data. The other 3 are tuple, set, and dictionary, all with different qualities and usages. So when I have to display the list, I should use the square brackets only. No other alternative for this one. So you should know that this is how a list is, or this is how the list exists. This is also mutable, and you can make changes. So I will make the changes, and you will see. So you can see that list 1 is displayed over here. 31, 32, 33, 34 are the items in the list. If I'm going to print list 1, I will have to realize what is the output for the list. So type list 1, and it is going to give you the list as the data type. Then check the mutability. That means I want to check if I'm going to replace an element that is there on the index, any index. So you should know that there is an index value for the list. We have got 31 at the 0 index value, 32 at the 1 index value, 33 at the 2 index value, and 34 at the third index value. So at the third index, I want the number 78 to be displayed, and it is going to give me the 78 on the third index number, and I'll show you this part. So let's go.
And one more thing here, like we can store the values randomly as well. So these are these values are in sequence. So we can put any value in any order, right?
Yeah, any value. Even you can use different values, like 32 you're using, then you can use the hello also, then you can use the floating point value also.
Okay, so it can store mixed
different data
type of
types also.
values.
Yeah.
Okay.
List 1 is equals to,
yeah, zoom in please.
Let's say I'm taking 34, comma, I can use,
can you please zoom in?
sorry, 44.5, print.
So similar to other programming languages, like in other programming languages, if we create a list or array, so they store similar type of values. But here, this is not the case.
Not the case.
Okay.
Yeah, it's different. So type of list 1. Okay. Now check guys. Printed. The list has been printed, and the class is list. This belongs to the data type list.
Okay, and
That's how it works.
Yeah, can we show the indexing as well? If you can have 3 print statement, because those who are new to programming, they should not know like there is an indexing available. So if you can display each values individually with the help of index, so that it will be clear to them.
Uh, like you want me to use the
Yeah,
index
indexing.
of every.
No, list of 1 and then square bracket 0. So in print, if we use, I think it should
Oh
display
yeah.
values separately. So based on index, particular value I want to display. So I just want to display 34 as an output.
Hmm.
Can we do that?
Yeah, we can do it. Wait, 1 second. So print and so you want 34 as the output and you want to use the
Yeah, I think
first index, right?
yeah, if we type list 1 and 0, so 0 index will display 34. No, 0.
Sorry,
Just
sorry, yeah.
And
And then
this we can include in the print statement
in
directly.
the print, yeah. And then we can go ahead like this.
Yes. So yeah, this way it will
So
clear
now,
the
yeah.
indexing. Like in
Yeah.
list we have indexing which starts from 0. So
Check.
yeah, it is displaying 34 hello and 44.5 in separate lines. Yes. So those who are new to programming, so always remember whenever you are using list, so first element always stores at 0 index. So if you want to process data individually, so you need to remember indexing always starts with 0.
One more thing. If that's what we are doing. So what happens when we print a list and -1? List one.
It
Sorry.
should give null value.
Are you sure?
Yeah, in other programming languages we receive null, but I'm not sure about Python.
Okay, let me check if it works over here. So yeah, when you go from left to right, the indexing is done by 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. But when you go from right to left, like when you do -1, right? -1 means the last element.
Okay.
Okay. Then you go from there to the other ones. So if you go from right to left, you have to go from -1, -2, -3 this way. But when you go from left to right, it's about 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
this is not available with other programming languages.
So this one is with Python, yeah.
But I don't
Okay.
think we in real time we'll be using this.
We will be. We'll see that. Yes. And what else was there? I had to show the mutability also, right? So let's show the mutability. Okay. Let's take a list in which 2, and I'm taking some elements is equal to, and I'm taking, let's say, fruits only, apples, pineapples, and oranges, right? And if I don't like apples, so I'll do list 2 index 0. I want, what's your favorite fruit? We'll take dragon fruit. Okay, so I'll write maybe, yeah. So list 1, and I'll write dragon fruit over here.
So it will add or
1 second.
replace.
Replace.
Okay.
That's what we call mutability. That means replacement. So I have to put that in the string form so that it replaces my string with another string. Okay, I could have replaced that with another, if there was numeric, right? So let me just do this also. Okay, I'm taking all of them differently. Otherwise, whole string has to be changed. Yeah. Okay, works. Now, Let's see if this works also. Like I'll take on the 0th value, the 0th index, I'm going to replace apples with the dragon fruit. If this works, we don't know. I think it should. Okay, print to किया ही नहीं. Print list 2. Okay. List. पहले मैं ये लिस्ट कराती हूँ. List. Yeah. Now we will first display this list 2. I'm putting everything else in the comment so that you have the clear idea of what exactly I'm doing. Okay. Here I'm going to print the list 2 for you. So you just observe the values of the list 2, which is apples, pineapples, and the oranges. Works? Now we will change it. We will change the elements on the list 2, and index 0 is going to be changed to dragon fruit. And now I'm going to print the list 2 again. Now you check it out. Okay. And we will see. Okay. Check. That's what we call mutability. You get it?
First element got replaced with the new value.
Yeah. So in the note, lists are mutable. Okay. Works well.
One more thing I want to ask, like in future we'll be implementing loops, so we can
for loop, while loop and all, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So
yeah, I think we can. So if you are done with the list, we can wrap the session here only. So maybe next time.
Last thing is tuple.
Okay.
1 minute.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can cover it quickly.
Okay. Abhi I have made the content, so I'll have to complete it at least. So list, after that you have got tuple. In tuple, what do we have is, it is roundabout same as list only. It is also going to save different sorts of values. It's just that it is unchangeable and immutable. Where if you will try to change any value, it is going to give you the error. That is the only difference. Also, the representative difference is that it can be shown in the form of round brackets and not the square brackets. So the Python realizes that you have given any list as the data type is by realizing the square brackets. And if tuple is to be realized as a data type, then it should know that you have put it in the round brackets. So that's the only difference. Again, it is an ordered sequence, same as list, defined with round brackets, where each item is separated by the comma. You should know that every item should be separated with a comma only. If you will not separate it with a comma, it is going to give you the error. Then it is unchangeable and immutable, and then it is got faster access than the list because changes are not allowed. That's why it is going to be a little faster than the list. Okay, let's execute. So here I have written tuple and I've put the values in the round brackets, 50, hello 2.5. If I'm going to find the data type, it is going to tell me that this is tuple because it has realized it with the help of the round brackets. Tuple to 50. Now this is one of the important things that I'm going to discuss with you. Let's directly go to the execution. I will increase the font size first. So now we will execute tuple 1 is equals to 30, 40, 9, 50, and let's say hello. Oops, hello has to be given in the hello. And now print tuple 1 and comma type tuple 1. Okay, let's go. Let's see what's the type. Oh, see, it has given me the list. So I forgot to change the brackets. The brackets, as I change the brackets, it will automatically change from, now observe this guys, it will change from the list to the tuple with the brackets. You see, that's what it does. Now, one question is here. If I put in just one entity in the tuple, so that is Let's say I'm putting 33.5. Okay. Now tell me, what is the data type of this? Is it going to be list? Is it going to be tuple? Is it going to be like, even if we are having any output, that also you have to realize what exactly is this. So type is
Yeah, as per the
type
slide,
of,
it should be float if you are passing any one value. So
as per the slide. Okay. So I should tell you that whenever only one element is present, then the output that you get from the tuple, even like whatever you put in inside this variable, and even if you put it in the brackets, that is the round brackets, which is representative of the fact that it is a tuple, then too you will get the data type of the number inside the brackets. Okay, so let's run this and you will get the output float.
and if we consider list, so this happens with list also if we have only one value.
This I tried that I should have, but I can write now. So should
Yeah,
happen.
maybe we can use square bracket directly in line number 4.
Yeah, that also is a point. Okay, fine. Yeah. So the type, let's say it's a list. It doesn't happen with the list. That's why we did not execute it that way. So for the tuple only this works. That whatever is inside the square curly brackets, sorry, small brackets or round brackets, then in that case it is going to display the data type of that number which is inside. So entity, especially if it is inside. So if it was a string value, then a string would have been there. Integer value, then integer would have been the type. That's it. I think that's it. Nothing more is left in my slides, I believe, and we will finish it off here only. Okay, yeah. This mutability does not work. Okay. The final thing was to test the mutability for tuples, and then I will leave. So let's just check it out in the tuple one only. I'm going to put this one in the comments and just do in the brackets. I'll give it 3 4 0 1 2 3, we'll give 2, and on that I want 40, so we'll give integer 40, and you can see that it is going to give you the error, tuple object does not support this item assignment after you have given already the previously the values have been assigned. After that, this sort of assignment doesn't work. So that's how it shows that tuples are immutable. That's it, everyone. So this is what we did today.
So I think we
And
covered
if there's
list
any
and
problem.
yeah, you covered
Yeah.
list and tuple. So dictionary and one more was there.
Set.
Okay.
Yeah. That we'll take up in the next session.
Okay, guys. So I think you got to know about few data types along with the operators. So in the next session, we'll be discussing few more data types. So keep on implementing things, whatever you are like learning from the session. So if you do more practice, then you will be able to understand how things are working. And in any of the session, like if you are having any doubts, so you can ask in the same session or in the next session also you can raise the concern. So we'll be able to solve those. Okay. So with this note, we take your leave. Thank you, Nikita, for sharing your knowledge with the community.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you. Bye, everyone. See you in the next session.